Guys, it's Courtney here with King Realty Management. I don't know if you saw my post a couple of days ago. I had lost my voice over the weekend, and now for the most part, it's back. It's a little bit scratchy, but I wanted to make sure I hopped on today to talk about something that quite a few of my clients are doing right now, which is preparing to sell their home. Before I really get started, make sure you visit us at kingrealtytx.com. We have everything you need if you are considering selling your home, or if you're considering buying a home. So we made it through the holidays, we made it through the new year, and now the weather is changing, and hopefully the spring season will come sooner rather than later. But this is the peak time where people start considering to list their home. And especially, I would say, towards the beginning of March, all the way through the end of August, that's when the sales season is in full effect. So today, I wanted to share some things that actually quite a few of my clients are doing right now in preparation for us to list their home. I've got listings coming up in Houston, particularly the Pearland area, Sugarland area, and then I've also got some coming up in Dallas and Las Colinas, Irving Valley Ranch area. So this is what I tell them, and I wanted to share it with you. Regardless of if you use me and my team to list your house or another team, these are some of the things that you're going to want to do to make your best first impression, guys. I don't know about you, but me, like most people are doing their shopping online before they even set out to look at homes, right? Oftentimes people know whether or not they're going to be interested in a property based on the first impressions online. So part of this deals with the online first impression, and then the other part has to do with the showing. Number one, curb appeal. Guys, I've shown thousands of houses in my 10 years in real estate. And I'm telling you right now, that initial drive up to the property is a huge deal, right? I've had people where we drive up and we're like, wait a minute, this isn't the house that we saw online because the curb appeal wasn't all the way together. I've had people say, you know what, Courtney, based on this curb appeal, I don't even want to see this house. And we're sitting in front of the house, guys. So the number one thing that I'm going to tell you to do, and these are not ranked in particular order, but the number one thing that I'm going to tell you to do is look at your curb appeal. Trim your bushes, shape them up so they look nice, so that the yard looks tidy. Most properties are going to undergo a termite inspection. Make sure all of the trees and the tree limbs that you have on trees in front of or around your property are not touching the house. These are really inexpensive things that you can do to help, again, for future inspection, but also for the curb appeal. It looks super tidy and appealing. Put yourself in the buyer's shoes. How would you want to see the house to really draw their attention, okay? Number two, what I call paring down or decluttering. Guys, the less stuff that you have in your house, the better, because it really gives buyers an opportunity to visualize their own stuff. That doesn't mean you just completely move out of the property per se, or just are not living comfortably while you have the house listed, assuming that you live in the house. But it's maybe depersonalizing, maybe, making sure everything is tidy. Use your garage, guys, to stack boxes and, pare down a little bit, because if you have large pieces of furniture in your house, plus you have stuff on top of that, that could impact the buyer's ability to visualize their own stuff in the property, okay? So paring down, the whole minimalistic thing is in. My house is pretty minimalistic, but that's just how I roll. If that's not how you roll, then do the best that you can. One thing that I do with all of my clients, actually did this 2 weeks ago with one of my clients that is in Houston, is I just gave them tips room by room, and I recapped those tips that I gave them. Hey, make sure you do this in this room and this in this room. Your agent is going to be able to let you know what is going to be the best thing for you to do to make that good first impression at the showing, okay? The last thing is know your market. I'm sorry because I know I sound like a broken record, but it's so important that you know actual market data. I don't know if you know this, but I know I've said it before. Texas is a non-disclosure state, meaning people are not required to disclose what they pay for a property. Meaning, furthermore, that Zillow is not necessarily publishing what similar properties in your area have sold for, but guess who knows? Us brokers and agents, we know what properties have sold for in the last 6 months. That's data that appraisers use as well. And so make sure you know the market, because knowing your facts, knowing what is a realistic price for your house, given the condition, given the market and neighborhood, what other properties have sold for is going to be super essential to having a positive experience. Like, guys, I know firsthand, listing your home for sale and just even the thought of moving is a little bit traumatic. I moved last year. I've moved all the way across the country way back in 2008, so I get it. So making sure that you do these 3 things are going to help you have that much more of a positive experience, because while it can be traumatic, there are things that you can do. There's things that your agent and your broker can do to make it a positive experience. And at the end of the day, that's really what I want for all of my clients. So these are just 3 minor things that you can do. Oftentimes when I walk through properties with clients that are preparing to sell, I'm letting them know, hey, this hot water heater doesn't have a drain pan. It's probably going to be called out by the inspector. Does it mean that you have to do anything about it? Not necessarily. In some cases, you may want to. Again, it's all about having that realistic perspective before you actually get on the market with your property. I hope this is helpful. Excuse my voice, excuse my hair. They have, the curls have a mind of their own today, but I'm back. Join me again next week on Monday. I'm going to be continuing the Management Monday series where we tackle all things landlord, tenant, all of that good stuff, which I have a passion for. Make sure you visit us at King Realty TX, KingRealtyTX.com. We're on Instagram at King Realty Texas, and then you're joining us on Facebook at King Realty Texas as well. I hope you have a great rest of the day. If you haven't checked out Millennial versus Machine, my new book on how I got someone else to pay off my student loan debt, make sure you visit CourtneyMKing.com. I just overloaded you with a lot of stuff. Happy sales season. If I can be a resource to you, by all means, let me know. I have a team in Dallas. I've got a team in Houston, and we're just doing it and making sure that sellers just like you meet all of your real estate goals. Have a great rest of the evening. I will talk to you later, and take care.